Hey everyone, it's Jackie. I'm just going to try and move over into a shaded area, a little bit more shaded area, because I can't see. Anyway, it's Jackie with JackieEllis.com. I am a mindset coach, Reiki master. I read energy and I help people decode the energy that's within them. I'm just having my morning coffee outside and thought I'd pop in and give you a little bit like a tip, just a little tip. So, they mean well, but they, as in when you're going through something and friends and family want help, they want to give you advice, they mean well, but you need to be cautious. Cautious of where they're coming from, cautious of their own fears, their own baggage, their own energy, right? They're on their own journey as well. And that's where working with a coach is actually helpful, because when you are utilizing your coach to help sort through some stuff that you've been feeling or decisions that you need to make, or they're not going to tell you what you need to do. A mindset coach is not going to do that. A mindset coach is going to guide you on the tools to use in order for you to figure out that decision for yourself, what's best for you. But when you have someone, say you go to someone with, oh, I had this experience happen to me the other day. And all of a sudden they're going, oh, well, you were too scared, or you didn't do this right, and you didn't do that right, and you're like this point in your journey, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how do you know? How do they know? How do they know what your journey is? How do they know what's been going through your mind? How do they know the feelings that you have been having? That's why I ask questions when I'm talking to people. That's why I ask for clarification. That's why when someone comes to me and says, "Hey, this is what this is an experience that I had," I say, "Okay, where do you think that came from? What were you feeling?" You see where I'm coming from? What were you feeling? Because how we feel through that situation, how we are feeling through that situation, is where the message is. And how we came through those feelings initially. We don't need, even if we were like, we experienced something and we felt a little bit of fear, and then we like pulled ourselves back into our inner power and stepped out of that fear. That is growth. That is where that is trusting your inner warrior to do what it needs to do. That's living in divine flow. But when you allow the person that's trying to give you well-meaning advice to project their fears on you, to tell you that you aren't doing this right or that right or the other thing right, then you are absorbing their energy, and like it can confuse you. It can put you down a pathway that you don't even need to go on. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people won't start their journey, won't go down the path that lights them up, and they stay stuck in a career they don't like, or a relationship they don't like, or just a quality of life that doesn't fit them, because they are scared, or they are listening to the advice of other people, and those people's fears are being projected onto them. And because they're looking outside for advice, or they took the chance to actually share an experience with a friend, and that friend thought they needed, just assumed they needed advice. There's a saying about assume, but I'm not going to bring that up right now, right? You can't assume. And you know, when you do, you know, if as a person on the other end, say I was the friend, and I assumed that that person was doing this and doing that and doing the other thing, and that's why they felt this and that and the other thing, then I'm now projecting my own expectations on the other person. I've now formed an expectation as to this is what the result was. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. But I catch myself, or at least I try to be very mindful that I'm not doing this for people, that I'm not projecting my own expectations on what's going on, because it doesn't help them. It doesn't help the other person. And as a person that is on the receiving end, when someone is projecting their expectations on you as to where you are in your journey, it can get very confusing very quickly. You know, sometimes when we are being guided to do one thing and someone thinks that we are not going fast enough, those are their expectations of where they think we should be in our journey. But everyone's journey is unique. Everyone's progress is unique. And you know what? No matter what anyone tells, there's no timeline. There's no timeline. When you get to where you want to go, or where, you know, then you'll be showing an expansion again, and will be asked to continue on. There is no end point. There is no end point. Expansion. Expansion is infinite. And so when people have expectations about where we need to be, or what we need to be doing, or, you know, how we need to live, the only expectations that matter are what you have for yourself. And if your expectations for yourself are not with the highest integrity and the highest value for how you want to live, then you will be shown that you need to change that. And I know this because I've lived it. So, just be mindful of the advice that you're getting from other people, even though it's well-meaning advice. It may not be the best advice for you. It may not even have anything to do with your journey. It may not even be your healing opportunity. It may not even be your growth opportunity. They may be looking at a mirror for themselves. Food for thought. I'm going to finish my coffee, and then I have Soul Circle coming up soon. Can't wait to meet with the girls. And until next time, take care. Be simply you.